Today we're going to start a new book with Rhys, and we're going to learn what is life. Rhys, do you know what's that?
Life is living things that can move, reproduce, and grow up, and also remove waste from their body. Because they also need air. Air has oxygen.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff that cells like your nails grow. But do you know why your nails grow?
I don't know.
Because there's cells inside.
Oh.
Everything needs to grow if they're living. But non-living things like rocks, they do not grow. Just boring normal rocks. But there's some rocks that are like really cool, glowing type of rocks. But they're not living. But there can be living things on it or in it that can be found maybe. Because maybe sometimes some things can go inside the rock, but mostly the rocks is just non-living. But plants have cells, like the plant over here, and what the panda is eating. There's like literally most things on Earth are living, but not all the things. Earth has a lot of grass that are living, but you know that bag, right? It isn't living, but the leather, where does it come from?
Where?
Comes from something that was alive before, like cows. But now it's not alive. The material from their skin has been taken away. Now it's not living anymore.
I see.
Because if the thing has became like that, that means it's not alive. Like if it's not moving, but sometimes if they're not moving, it's just because they're sleeping. But sometimes you can tell that they're dead because smelly. Because the cells are rotting away, the cells are dying. So that's why some of your skin peel off. Do you know why your skin peel off? It's because that part of that is already dead skin cells.
Yes.
So skin cells are on top, the dead skin cells are on top. But inside your skin, there's actually more skin, but those skin have actual alive skin cells. Like the skin cells are alive.
Yes.
But the top layer is just a thick layer of dead cells. They can protect you. By protecting the inside of the other small skin that is developing again. The skin keeps regrowing and regrowing, but the skin has to get away. So you scratch off the skin when like mosquito bite you. So you go like scratch, scratch, scratch.
Yeah.
That. So there's a lot of cells in you. But also the elephant has a lot of big cells. But the small things have small cells. Because cells can have different sizes and like everything has weight. So cells have weight. But they're super light. Like how light? One cell feels like just air. But the air isn't a living thing, it's just molecules. So there's a lot of molecules that you can't breathe, but one molecules that you can breathe, that you need, it's a necessity, is oxygen. Oxygen is really small. Like really small. Like you have to zoom in very, very in. There's atoms everywhere. But atoms not really living. Yeah. But the cells are living. organisms, and they have really short lifespans. They die really quick. So probably when you're watching this, millions of your cells have already died.
Whoa.
Because they die at a really fast rate. But don't worry. Some humans have already lived for like about 100 years already. But still, it's under 100 year, the lifespan. But the bigger the thing, the bigger their lifespan is. But that's not always like that, because we are the first things to ever increase the lifespan. And also, the first generation had like bad medicine and stuff. So there's mostly surgery, not like medicine. But 100 years ago, medicine was discovered. Yes. Because a lot of things can mix together. Like maybe your cells can have more stuff inside that helps it. They reproduce also. The cells also reproduce. They turn into two more stuff. But they don't become smaller, but they're just look identical. But they're not really.
Yeah.
Still, they look identical.
Yes.
There's a lot of stuff, including your hair. Do you think it's living?
Yeah.
You're correct. There's cells in there. Cells everywhere.
That's why your hair grow
Yeah.
longer.
But this one, the cloth, not living. It's just from the sheep. But this is hair. It's alive.
Yeah.
It was once alive, but now it's not. Because, cells have such a little lifespan, like so small. But the mice actually has a few years, but not too much years.
Okay.
Bigger things like whales have a long lifespan. But the planets, they still have age, but they're not really a living thing. They're just a ball of dirt and rocks and stuff.
See.
And sand.
Okay.
Like Mars is just a rock. No dirt, because it's not living. There's no living thing.
Okay.
It's like too far from the habitable zone. The Earth is in the habitable zone. It's not living, but some layers on top is living. So inside is not living, but there's also the core of the planet. If that is destroyed, the planet cannot be living. So it dies. Like that. Like, let's say the heart. The heart in our bodies has cells also, every part of our bodies. But the heart is like the core of the earth. If the heart is removed, you die. It's not like games where you have like 3 lives in Mario. Like the Mario dies, then you respawn. That doesn't happen unless we figure out how to clone ourselves. Then, yeah.
I see. Wow. I learned a lot today. Thank you, Rhys.
You're welcome.